What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Kalen Trades, man. I just wanted to get on here and kind of share what my journey was like when I first started trading, how I went from $0 essentially to making $10,000 in 10 days. That was definitely the milestone for me for 2025. And even sharing some of my goals of what I'm trying to do for 2026, just documenting it so I could be able to look back and, kind of say, hey, I did it. So just putting my journey out there, and yeah, we'll see what happens when I come back to this next year. So it was around this time last year where I got funded for the first time, and it was with Top Step. And so Top Step had this feature with Tradovate. Actually, let me backtrack before I even go to that. I started with options. And so, okay, I did this, I guess you could say, gig for somebody, right? So I do music, and I'm a signed artist. So that, that's what I do. There's no money in music, right? So this was about coming on 3 years ago. And I ended up getting $3,000 for this gig that I did. And I was like, I wonder what I can do to invest this. And the only thing that I knew that was essentially available for like investing with $3,000 was actually investing in the stock market. And so I started researching Robinhood and Webull and all this stuff. Robinhood doesn't have charts. So I was just like, okay, line up, down. Okay, if the line's down here, I think he's supposed to buy, and it goes up. And so I think I invested like maybe a couple $100, and it wasn't going nowhere. I was like, what the heck? Like, okay, crypto's cool. Let's try to invest in crypto. And I like lost some money. I was just like not getting it. And I actually found out about options. And I realized that, options, you can do this thing called day trading, and you can put money in there and see what happens. So I think I put like a couple dollars in there, and it grew a little bit. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And I was at the barbershop one day, and I was telling my cousin about it, and he was like, bro, you should actually trade Forex. And I was like, what's Forex? And this is after the MLM, all the bull crap nonsense. And I didn't know anything, right? So he was just like, yeah, Forex, it's the foreign exchange market. There's a lot of money that moves throughout it. So I went through this whole rabbit hole of Forex, and, I funded my own account with a regulated broker. I think it was forex.com. And I think I put like 300 in it, and it wasn't moving. You can't trade a lot because I didn't have no leverage. So I was like, all right, I'm learning about this thing called unregulated brokers. And long story short, I was strategy hopping. I realized you needed a strategy. And through the process, I felt like God said, do not buy any courses. Don't buy no courses. And through that process, there was one course that I felt like God gave me the green light on, and it was $300, but you could join their Discord. And so I will not say the person's name, but I joined the Discord, and it was really good at first. The strategy was really, really good at first. It was supply and demand, and then you drop down to a lower time frame and you execute there. It was a good strategy, but it did not happen often. And now that I look back at it, it was a good beginner strategy to help you understand supply and demand. It was very pivotal for where I'm at right now in my trading journey, where I'm able to make thousands of dollars a day, which is really cool. But at the time, it was really confusing, but I was able to really get it. And I actually got to the point where I started teaching people the strategy and encouraging people to buy the course and all that stuff. Long story short, it was a lot of drama in the Discord, and I left. I got my money back. I left. The dude blocked me on everything. It was just crazy. So after that, I went on my own kind of journey, and I started trading with other people who acted like they knew what they were talking about, and they didn't know what they were talking about. And if I could be honest, those people today don't even trade no more. So it's just I'm just thinking like it was a crazy journey, bro. So anyway, I ended up going from all of that stuff, trying to go Fibonacci, trying to do supply and demand, smart money, ICT, like all this stuff. Like my biggest beef with ICT, I didn't even know that people hated the guy. I thought he was, I thought the concepts were really good. My biggest beef with the ICT, this is the only thing I'll say about it. Them Jones was so boring, bro. Like that's the only thing I'm gonna say. Them Jones was so boring, bro. I'm like, it's so much fluff to it. So when I was trying to learn ICT, I actually learned from other people because he himself, it was a tough lesson, bro. I can't even cap to you, but I actually use some of those concepts in my strategy now, which is really cool. So anyway, stuff happened with Forex. I switched to prop firms, and the big my Forex funds, whatever it was, tanked. And I was like, it's too much scammy stuff in the business. There was a prop firm that I had that I entered a trade and it was no news, no nothing. I entered a trade and it was only like, I think it was like a lot. I don't even remember the terminology no more, but it was like one, right? We call that contracts, but I entered one, whatever them shows is called. And I was down negative $200 and it was a reputable prop firm. And I was like, bro, what the heck is going on? So at that moment, I was down 200. And then it just went down to like 1,000. I blew the account. I was like, I'm done with this. Like I'm either gonna quit this or switch to futures. And this is when everybody was switching to futures. So I was like, all right, bet I'm gonna switch to futures. And here we go. Let's pick it back up. This is around the time last year where I ended up passing for the first time. And I developed my first strategy, and which is free online on my YouTube channel. Go check it out. It's my 5-minute golden blueprint strategy. And so I realized that, oh shoot, I just got funded. I've been working 2+ years to get funded. Oh my gosh, let's try to get a payout. And of course, I didn't get a payout, and it was the worst. And then it took like 4 or 5 months to get funded again. And that's when I developed my continuation strategy, which is also free online now. And that's when I started seeing consistent profits, where I was like, okay, I'm really starting to get this. And then the market started shifting a little bit, and I adapted with the market. Tip, adapt with the market. If the market is acting trash, adapt with it. So what I did after that, I actually combined both of my strategies essentially, kinda, and created my secret sauce strategy, which is a course that I'm selling right now, and it's only $100. I don't want people paying millions of dollars for courses. Just pay 100 and get you 100,000. So that's gonna be my new tagline. So anyway, we're here now, and I was able to get my first 10K payout from my funded futures. Top Step does not have Tradeovate, and I think that was 4 months ago. So I ended up leaving Top Step, which was a blower, man, because I got funded a lot with Top Step. And then I ended up switching to my funded futures, which they have a cap on payouts, whole thing. So what I'm doing now is I will be trading prop firms. No doubt about it. I'm still going to be trading prop firms, but I'm actually switching from prop firms to my own personal account. And so because I'll be doing kind of both, I'll primarily be focusing on my personal account. The reason being is because if I make $10,000 in one trade, I do not want to have 5 winning days left to be able to get a payout. Because that means if I make $10,000 in one day, I have the potential to go on tilt anyway. So I realized that, okay, with the payouts that I'm getting from the prop firm, I just fund my own account with a regulated broker. So I realized that with futures, they don't really have high leverage like that. So the same with Forex, right? If you had $1,000, you could only trade a little bit and make like $20 to $90, I think. But with futures, if you have $5,000, you can essentially risk the whole $5,000. I think. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the case. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing right now. My goals for 2026, I definitely want to get to a place of being funded, continue to be funded, but also be able to get consistent payouts from my own prop firm account. I put only like $3,000 in a regulated broker for my own account, and my goal is to try to get that thing up to 20 bands in the next couple months, weeks, days, whatever God does, and we'll see what happens. And so, you know, I definitely want to get to a place of being able to quit every type of job that I have except for music. I just want to focus on music and trading. God, please, I beg you, please, Lord. So I know a lot of y'all are in the same boat where y'all like, I'm sick of this. I don't want to trade in the bathroom no more. Like, I don't want to have to, you know, sneak out of work to go place a trade. Like, I know that some of y'all sick of this. It's coming. It's coming. You'll get there. And it's easier now more than it's ever been to be a full-time trader. So I just want to encourage you guys with that. But that's essentially what I'm doing right now, and I'm gonna come back to this video 365 days from now as 2026 will be wrapping up, and currently 2025 is wrapping up. We'll see what God does with it. So anyway, man, y'all be good, y'all be blessed. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Hey, do me a favor, also share in the comment section what your goals are for 2026. God bless y'all, man.